Hello everybody and welcome to VSL Tier 2 for round number 6 here in the Styrian Hills of Austria, the shortest lap time on the calendar. So we are having a bit of an anomaly right now because it is actually dry for once. We've had more soggy sessions recently, but yeah, we are all dry as it stands. No need for the brollies and the raincoats as it is at the minute. I'm just going to check the audio quickly, sorry. Yeah, our audio is actually working, so that is golden. So yeah, the shortest lap time on the calendar, 9 corners, 10 if you want to be pedantic. This little kink, this left hand kink here, does count as a corner on the official track map, but it's not really a corner. But yeah, here we have Acorn, our first driver on a lap in the Alpine. Let's get the lap data and track map up. So yeah, into the middle sector, this long right hander where we've seen numerous incidents, Albon, Hamilton, Russell, Perez throughout the past few years. Let's see if we have any of that tonight. Through the double left, there are only 2 left-handers on this circuit, everything else is a right-hander, a very clockwise orientated track. Is it clockwise? I think it's clockwise. But into the final 2 corners, 2 of the fastest corners on the circuit. Fast flick through the right hander out the last corner, and lap round here is done within the best part of 1 minute 5 seconds by the time we get to the end of the session. So Acorn, our first lap on the board with a 1 minute 6.1. So yeah, last time out we were at Le Castellet for the French GP. It was a very soggy affair. Though we did get a little bit of dry running towards the end, and it was a very interesting Grand Prix with the mixed conditions, spice things up a little bit as we have Ryan Berry going to the top with a 1 minute 5.8, the McLaren man. George, oh no, George has been disqualified as well, goes P1. I wonder how that's happened. Some early drama in qualifying. Is there anybody else on a lap? And 89 is starting out, so we'll go on board with him for his hot lap. But yeah, last race, the French GP, we got a different winner for once. Garrett's 3-race win streak came to an end as it was the Mercedes driver of Davo who won to end the streak, and I think they are pretty close in the championship as it stands. I don't have the standards, unfortunately. We should have them for next week, but yeah, Y-Racer goes P1 by half a second. Around this track, half a second is the equivalent to about 7-8 tenths at a track like Spa, so that is a big gap. Oh, another thing I've just noticed, we have the special Ferrari livery, as you can see there, the Monza special, the yellow highlights. So that's a nice little treat for us tonight. As well then, N89 ends his lap with a nice little spin. Gareth, our championship leader, I believe, on a hot lap, his first hot lap. So let's see what he can do. Into the middle sector, one of the tightest corners on the track. Want to get a good exit? Let's get his telemetry up. Yeah, there we go. Through the left, what's the sector split saying? 45.6, bang on. We're looking very slick. Into the final sector. Only the 3 actual corners in the last sector. Get all up on that curb. Just glimpse the inside. Get all on the outside. To then kiss the final curve. Don't run too wide and validate. He hasn't. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 5.6. That puts him P2. Still 4 tenths off Y-Racer though, so somebody's got to find something to get close to the Red Bull man. Can any of these on a lap right now be the ones to do it? Kev Ruski, the other special Ferrari, I have to admit, I do like this livery. I like the rear wing. I'm not too keen on the yellow bodywork on the engine cover, but everything else, mwah, very nice. Is anybody on a lap right now? Davo, our winner last time out, is on track. So we'll have a look at him with his Fernando Alonso inspired helmet. I think he does look very Fernando-esque. So coming through to slightly lap, let's have a look. Right man too wide. He doesn't open the DRS as soon as possible. Down into turn 1, braking just after the 100 meters. Pretty good run there. Maybe he's a little bit more of the outside track. You can get one tyre onto that yellow sausage, but come down into the heaviest braking zone. Turn 2. Second gear, can use third. It will give you maybe a little bit of a better run, but opening the DRS for the third time in the lap already, and we're only 25 seconds in. Down into turn 4, braking about 75 meters, kissing the inside curve. Quite a nice line and a good run through turn 4 into turn 5. Pretty nice. I guess a little bit of mid-corner understeer, so it does have to back off just a little bit. Oh, a lot of understeer in that Mercedes. That doesn't look the best to drive. Coming down in towards turn 8. Turning just after the 50, 6th gear. Throw it in into the final corner, turn 9. It was an alright lap. That middle sector, there was a lot of understeer. There's easily half a second in that. But he does go P3. Only 3,000 behind Gareth, and visually you can see where the time is to be found. Lyo is 600ths up on his lap right now. How will he fare with these double left? It doesn't have the same understeer, but I think he was maybe a little bit slower and mid-corner speed. But it does look good. It is saying purple middle. I don't know if that's true or not, but coming to the final 2 corners, uses a lot more curve, a lot more aggressive. This looks good. Wow. Rinsing that Aston Martin for all it's worth. Probably not a lot. It's a 5-4, so we are down to within 2/10 of Y-Rater, so people are finding improvements out there. Y-Rater would have to pace right out the blocks, but people are coming back. Who is that on the lap? Davo. He's on there in lap. Actually, Mike, 4/10 down, so I think he may have made a mistake in the first, or he is on a cool down lap. Nick is on a lap, or actually just starting a lap. So good timing. Oh, that was optimistic into turn 1 there for Nick. He went in with a lot of speed, and the rear end was not having much of that at all. It was reluctant to turn, and then it was like, if you want me to turn, I will turn, and it turned too much. No, Nick can maybe go again if he has the fuel. Acorn has just done a 6-1. Kev is on the lap, 1.5 lengths up. But yeah, spun on his lap, I'm pretty sure. Not as aggressive as Lyo, but it still looks pretty clean. Coming up the final corner, it's going to be a 5-6, puts in P6, so a lot of drivers around this 5-6, 5-5 range right now. I mean, between Lyo in P2 and Kevin P6, we are just over 2/10 separating them all, so very close. Who else is on a lap? Acorn is down, N89. Oh, he runs a little bit wide and then unfortunately validates his lap time. So that lap is not going to count for N89. He's going to have to try again to get a lap on the board. Wait, oh, who's that? It was Nick spinning through turn 1 again. He's having a bit of a mare with turn 1 right now. He's struggling just a tad. N89. He's on a cooldown. Davo, where's Davo? Just coming into the final set, so we'll stumble with the Mercedes man as he prepares for his hot lap. If you were here last week, you will know that I had a bit of a dodgy throat, and I haven't fully recovered yet. So apologies if it does end up going again towards the end. No, I can't really help it up in on the strepsils. Anyway, Davo. Coming out of turn one, it was a decent turn one. Will he be up? Coming out of there, he's 4,000 down, so pretty much level. Takes second gear. I think that was a better line this time. Down. Well, the joint longest straight, I'd say. All three straights are pretty equal in length. Quite a nice run. Hopefully this Aston of, I assume it's Nick, can get out of the way. That might be Lyo. He's 1.5 tenths up, so he could maybe challenge here. A little bit of oversteer. The car looked a little bit sketchy right there, but it was definitely better. There wasn't as much understeer as we've seen before, so I'm not sure if he's managed to change something in the diff or something like that. But here we go. What's it going to be? It's going to be 5.3, puts in P2 ahead of Lyo. As we can go on board with Lyo, he's just starting his lap. 3 turn 1. Oh, that was very nice. Very nice there from Lyo. We've seen him very committed for the final 2 corners on his last lap, and he's showing that commitment again. Although it is a 10th down, so maybe carrying a little bit too much speed into the corner, and I think that's lap over, to be honest. Not a very good run through turn 2, hitting that big softish curve, unsettling the car just a tad. I think Nick might have had a little spin there again, so he's struggling a little bit with that Aston Martin. Cannot tame the beast right now. Here's Ryan Berry though. Out the final corner, I don't think it's going to be an improvement. So 5.6. Oh, that was a little bit close there between Newgarden and Lyo. Lyo did invalidate, so his lap is over. He's going to pit. He has time to pit and go again, so why wouldn't you? But here we go, Newgarden hasn't got a lap on the board just yet, the Red Bull man. We have a little bit of a cluster going on here. Nick's spun again, and the other Aston. I'm not sure what happened to Lyo there, to be honest. But anyway, forget that. We're on board with Newgarden in the Red Bull. Through the first sector split, it says 16.6. What gears are you going to choose through here? Second gear goes a little bit deep, doesn't hit his apex quite as nicely as you can. Tries to get a little bit of slipstream off the Ferrari, but I don't feel to gain too much there. Down into turn 3. Quite nice lines. Maybe not carrying the ultimate minimum speed. Chooses 5th gear through here. Doesn't quite get the apex perfect. It's not been a bad lap, but I don't think it's going to challenge the top guys. Maybe around about that 5-6 range. But anyway, into the last sector. Only 2 corners left to navigate. Committed. Very committed. 4th gear for the final corner. Doesn't quite have that minimum speed. Yeah, and it shows in the lap time. So maybe Newgarden just getting the lap on the board, you know, and can try again on his next attempt. You have N89 who's also looking to get a lap on the board, but runs wide and invalidates. The special livery isn't bringing special performances right now for N89. Mike is on a lap in the AlphaTauri. We haven't spoken about Mike at all. We haven't even been on board with him, but let's have a look. What can he do? 700's up, so there is a lot of positions to be gained here. If he can just find the better part of 3 tenths, he can move up to P4. So let's have a look if there's time to find him in the class sector. Oh, understeer in the up. So yeah, that was a bit of a mess there from Mike in the final, and that ruins the lap time a little bit. Acorn is on the lap now as well. A little bit of struggle turning into the final corner. Oh no, never mind, sorry, he's just starting the lap. Apologies. So we'll go on board with this Acorn lap. Through turn 1, pretty nice. He is on a 6-1 at the minute, so he will be looking to find quite a little bit of time right now. Nearly 2 tenths down in the first sector. That is good readings for the Alpine man. coming down towards turn 3. He's got a little bit of traffic in the middle sector in the form of Mike and who is that? Davo. I don't think he'll catch Mike. Hopefully David can get out of the way, but coming through turns 5 and 6. Or 4 and 5, I'm not sure. No, yeah, 5 and 6. Purple middle, 4 tenths up, wow. This could be top 4. Front 2 rows. Oh no, he's invalidated. Oh, what a shame there for Acorn. This was looking like a good lap. We'll see what it would have been. It would have been a 5-4. That would have got him P4. Oh, what a shame for him. Davo, no, starting up. We'll go on board with Davo. Y-Race is starting up just behind. These are the final runs. Can Davo find any time? He can't. Half a 10th found in the first sector. Maybe a little bit deep there into the into turn 2. He lost a little bit of time compared to Y-Race. That Y-Race lap time is pretty good, to be honest. He's in third gear through turn 3. Oh, understeer. Oh, invalid. That is Davo's quali over. It's Y-Racer. Y-Racer's 2000s up in the first. Ryan Berry, 400s. Is anybody very up on a lap right now? Acorn. Is Acorn up? Very good final corner there from Acorn. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 5-6-0. It gets up to P9. So let's who's the first to cross line out of these? I think it's Ryan Berry. I know it'll be Y-Racers in front of him. He's 900s down though, so he's lost a little bit of time in the middle sector. He was 4000s up. What's it going to be from Y-Racer? He runs wide. That's invalid. So we'll go with Ryan Berry. 2.7 tenths up. Can this be P1 for the McLaren? It can. He snatched his pole out of the death. Well, provisional pole. What can anyone do? Lio 7,000s down. Davo half a tenth up nearly. Gareth with next to cross the line. Not the best final 2 corners. N89 goes P3. Very good from him. Gareth can improve, but I don't think he actually gained any position from that. Lio runs a little bit wide. What can he do? It's going to be a 5-4-4-6. Davo's out. Davo is out, and that's going to be qualifying over, I'm pretty sure. So Ryan Berry, after having Y-Racer at the top for pretty much the entire 18 minutes, Ryan Berry snatches pole at the last second with a 1:05.135. Very good from the McLaren. What a great qualifying session. The middle part of the grid, all very close, separated by a few hundredths each. So it's going to be Ryan Berry who lines up to take pole here in Austria with a Y-Racer P2, N89 P3, Davo P4. Then it's Lio, Gareth, Kev Rusky, Ryan, Mike and Acorn who round like your top 10. The top 10 separated by less than a second, well, top 11 with Nick in 11th, separated by less than a second. And then we have Newgarden in P12, he'll be looking to improve in the race. And George got disqualified for blocking the pits right at the beginning. We didn't see how it happened, but he will definitely be looking for a improved result come the time of the race. Yeah, I'm going to have a quick sip of my drink, so I'll be back in a few seconds. So it's looking a bit overcast for the race, but no visible rain right now. Who knows though? What could fall upon these drivers during these 36 laps, I believe we have tonight. Then we have the 2-minute waiting period on the grid. So yeah, nothing will happen for 2 minutes. Let the drivers go to the toilet, do whatever they need to do before the race, make sure they are fully prepared. So yeah, looking at this race, I'm expecting a close race, maybe a bit of a DRS train. It is quite difficult to pull that 1 second gap around here because obviously there's not many corners, and the corners are where you can gain time. And because of the three DRS zones, even if you're 9 tenths behind coming out the final corner, you'll easily be four, 3 tenths behind coming down into turn 4 or turn 3. It's just the nature of the track, so expect a close race all the way through. I'm saying, I imagine, unless maybe someone pulls out a decent strategy, and if we do have maybe a little bit of rain, then that could play a factor as well. Being on the right tyres at the right time is the main man, Jenson Button, always used to be able to do absolutely perfectly. Is just make sure you're on the right tyres. Can these drivers follow those simple rules and lead themselves to victory? Who knows? But yeah, hopefully not long now until we should be ready up. There's very good news in the football. Norwich winning 2-0. So we have to find ways to entertain ourselves while we wait for the formation up to get underway. And Norwich winning 2-0 definitely gets me entertained. Also, interesting strategies maybe for starting compounds. I'm expecting pretty much everyone to be on the medium tyres, or medium or hards. It depends. I think it's pretty much guaranteed medium hard race. You can suffer with the cold tyres at the start if you choose the hards, but if you choose the mediums, then you have to have a slow out lap on the hards and potentially get overcut by people deciding to go a lap or however many longer. Obviously, the mediums do give you that better race start to maybe if you're towards the back, filter your way up the grid on the opening lap or two. So yeah, well, let's have a cheeky gander. So, as the drivers pull away for the formation lap, let's have a look at what people are going for. So, yep, we are seeing mainly mediums and hards, but sprinkle a few softs into there. A bit of soft seasoning with Mike, Nick, and Newgarden all deciding to whack on a red set of tyres for the start of this race. That should that will be quite interesting, to be honest, to see what strat they're going to do after the softs as Ryan and Mike. Maybe on a little bit of contact there, because I don't know. I don't know if it's a massive struggle to do soft hard, but we'll see. Ryan Berry, interestingly, starting on the hards. So he's going to try and not get jumped by those medium runners behind. As you can see, the predicted pit stop strategy, powered by AWS, The soft runners will be doing 2 stops according to the game, but I doubt that, to be honest. It's not worth it. You just lose too much time pitting, and especially around a track like this when it's just a DRS train. Not having that DRS will lose you heaps and heaps, seconds and seconds. But yeah, I think Y-Race getting a little bit of practice overtaking the McLaren. But he lets him back through before the final corner. We've had a little bit of struggles with this so far this season, lining up on the grid. Some people, especially Lio, has been, I don't know if he's actually lined up correctly once. Oh, well, I mean, that's an interesting take on how to line up on the grid. But anyway, as long as they can all get on, I don't think we should have too many issues. There are issues. There are big issues, as you can see, a lot of disqualifications, but Lio has managed to do it correctly. But anyway, here we are for the Austrian Grand Prix. A great camera angle looking down the grid. We have 5 lights on, and lights go out, and away we go. Here we have Ryan Berry actually getting a decent start for the hard tyres. Who's that Mercedes? That's Davo getting a good start and looking maybe up the inside. Oh, Ryan had a horrible second phase. He's going to lose the lead to Y-Racer. Y-Racer takes the lead, and it's Ryan Berry and P2 on the hards. Davo will be looking to get past and promote his position. We have 4 wide nearly there in the background. Coming up into turn 2, the first proper braking zone. But it's Y-Racer with a pretty decent lead actually. Doesn't seem to be too much contact. I don't think Ryan and Acorn not having the best starts on the hards. It's Lio and George side by side. Mike looking to get in on the action as well. Can he look down the inside of the Haas? No, the Haas is too far in front and brakes late enough. It's all looking quite clean actually, so that's very good to see. But it's Y-Racer with already over a second lead. Ryan Berry struggling on the hards as it stands. Oh, that was a spin there for George. George has ended facing the wrong way. He's looking up the hill. You want to be looking downhill, George. So that's not ideal for the Haas man. But Ryan Berry, he's got some work to do to get back in that DRS before the end of lap 2. And the start of lap 3, N89. There we go. The Deltas were struggling a little bit there. They still are. But hopefully that sorts itself out later in the race. But everyone has survived the first lap, which is always good to see. We have some battling going on here between Gareth and Nick. The other sets free. George has gone again. Nick, no straight line speed. Look at that straight line speed. He's kept risky. He's weaving in and out. He's got a moving chicane right in front of him. In the special livery, it's giving him special powers. Look at that. That is amazing. That Ferrari powertrain looking 2019-esque. Illegal. So here comes Gareth. Right around the outside. Closes him off. Can Kev look maybe to the inside? Not quite. Newgarden gets past Nick as well. Nick has had a horrible start to the second lap, losing 4 or 5 positions there, and finds himself all the way down to 11th. Oh, and that car is not very happy with him at the minute, it seems. Losing the back end, and that's on the soft, so it's not looking good for when he has to go into a harder compound. But this man right now seems to be in a league of his own. Had a great start jumping Ryan Berry. He didn't have the best pull-away, didn't look like, but great second phase. Managed to get him that lead, and we have more battling going on. This Kevin Gareth battle is absolutely raging. They need to sort it out because they need to catch up to Lio in front to get that DRS. George is struggling, unfortunately, as we have battles all over the place right now. Nick stays going from bad to worse. Actually, that was a very nice switch back there from the Aston Martin to keep ahead of Ryan, who's on those hard tyres. So we'll be looking to go long into this race. Ryan in P2. That gap is coming down slightly. It only needs to find a 10th and a half. So that's going to be his mission at the minute. He's going to have N89 and Davo licking their lips if he can't to get past him, and maybe they can close the gap to Y-Racer. But at the minute, Y-Racer is looking very promising. The Red Bull man on the medium tyres. So let's have a look. On board with Davo, who gets a very good run out of the last corner. He could maybe have a sniff at P3 getting onto the podium. Ryan Berry already low on ERS. As you can see, that light is flashing. Let's get the telemetry up. Yeah, Ryan Berry, no ERS. What about Lyrace? 71%. He's looking good on the ERS right now. It's going to be Davo, who looks to get past Ryan Berry down the inside. Quite an easy move. Ryan Berry having no ERS to battle with. So, unless he can come back around the outside, I doubt this move is going to work. Yeah, there we go. So it's the Mercedes into P2. I'll win the last time out. Hunting the Red Bull. Nick and Ryan are still going at it. One lap later, side by side, and Nick decides better and backs out. So what can Davo do about Y-Racer in front? Can he hunt him down? He has 4 tenths to find, but Y-Racer is looking very good right now, and can Ryan manage to get maybe a little bit more temperature in those tyres and save some of the RS? He really does need to save the RS. Mike has actually done a very good job behind on the softs to get him and Lio into DRS. So this is going to become a 5-car train hunting down Y-Racer. So it's all to play for right now. And yeah, no safety cars, no crashes, or no multiple car incidents. So I'd say a successful start to this race in general. And Davo maybe making a little bit of a mistake there. He's lost half a second nearly to Y-Racer since less than a lap ago. So maybe a little mistake there from Davo. Y-Racer is looking really solid right now. Although, is it? I don't know. Maybe Y-Racer just has more straight line speed. As we actually, oh, huge crash! Wow, what has happened there? Lio and N89 are having a monster collision. I only caught the back end of it, but wow, that was aggressive crash, and we have a safety car here. It's going to give an opportunity for all the medium and soft runners to pit for hards, and I doubt they can go to the end, to be honest. George gets a drive-through penalty, so his day's going from bad to worse. But wow, what happened there? That was that looked nasty, and unfortunately, I didn't quite catch what actually happened. But more importantly, this is actually it's not too bad for the guys that didn't pit, because they got out before the safety car, so they're not actually going to lose that much, I don't believe. But yeah, Lio coming in for a new front wing. Luckily, not out of this race. George pitting as well, who will have a drive-through to serve once the safety car does come in. But wow, nice heady shot here. Yeah, I imagine we'll see George in this lap, along with Davo and definitely Mike. Ryan Berry though will probably stay out. Yeah, there we go. Davo is staying out, so yeah, he's sticking to his original strategy and not letting this safety car mess him up. So let's have a look what people are going for. Mike is deciding to go for a set of mediums. So maybe a medium soft for Mike from here. George luckily did get out ahead of the safety car and is on a set of softs. I'm not too sure what his thinking plan is here, but let's see what he can do. Interesting also see what these three hard runners, Ryan, Acorn and Ryan can do, because their strategy is a little bit hindered now, and yeah, it depends really if those people that fit for the hards can go to the end, and if they can, then fair dues, because it's going to be a solid 29 lap stint for them if we get going next time by. It all depends when George catches. It should be by the end of next lap. The safety cars in the quickest in the world. And we have the Aston Martin safety car tonight. I'm not actually sure if Do let me know, but I'm pretty sure you can have both safety cars, the Mercedes and the Aston. But I'm pretty sure every time I see it, it's pretty much always the Aston. I'm not sure, so let me know if you do know. But yeah, this should bunch the pack up. There you go, I can speak. Bunch the pack up, then get rid of Y Racer's incredible start. He was looking good. To be fair, he was holding that gap quite nicely of around about 1.5 seconds. Listen to that Aston absolutely raw out the second corner. Very nice sounding kart. We should be coming in this lap and going racing again, as George is just catching up to the back of the pack now. He does have a driver's serve. What is that penalty from Nick? Is that a that's a 3 seconds, so not a drive or anything. It's not the end of the world. It's quite easy to get penalties around here, as those last 2 corners are very easy to run wide at. But yeah, they are. The safety car coming in. You can see Bernd Mailander disappearing into the distance and giving Davo control over the pace. It is now his decision on when we get racing again. As long as he keeps a constant speed and doesn't slow down and speed up, we could be waiting all the way until the start finish straight until we get going. The safety car peeling off into the pits. So from pretty much now, whenever he wants, we can go. When will he decide it's time? Ryan Berry ready to pounce when that time does come, as he goes now into the final corner. Speed Newgarden gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. I'm not too sure how he's done that, but that's unfortunate for him. A decent jump there for Davo on the mediums. Ryan on the hards behind, looking pretty good. He wants to stay within that DRS. There's battling going on further down the grid. Nick and Newgarden, these camera angles are awful right now. Sorry about that. But Newgarden does keep the position. But here comes Nick. Gonna go down the inside into turn 2 maybe. Just about pokes his nose down there and very nearly contact. Good job from the pair to not collide. Ryan though, looking pretty quick in a straight line compared to Davo, only a 10th behind, considering that gap was 7-8 tenths before. Very good straight line speed from the Mercedes engine. Ironically trying to overtake a Mercedes. But through this middle sector, this is where Davo needs to make use of the softer compound tyres. We have yellows. It's Mike. Mike has gone off. So that's unfortunate for him. Drops it all the way to the back. Has decided to pit for the mediums, but yeah, that's not really working out for him right now. As Davo nearly actually has that second gap, so Ryan needs maybe a better lap this time by, as the gap is now over a second. So if it stays like this, Davo is in a good position. But look at the straight line speed. Poor Ryan, although look at it, he's chugging through his ERS. That was a good turn too, to be honest. He should gain maybe a little bit now. He's still burning though. He needs to maybe be a bit more sensible with his ERS. He's going to end up just running out and getting overtaken though. He's actually maybe doing the right thing, because he's broken that second gap to Acorn, although it has now come back underneath. If he can have a good middle setup, he can get out of the DRS, and he seems to have. But also Davo in front having a good middle setup also. So at the minute, none of these top 3 are going to have DRS on anyone. It's very close. A few tenths could decide your race this early on. Running on that 10, still 26 to go. So much action still brewing. The kettle is boiling. DRS enabled. Y Racer looking like the most likely to make a move right now. Behind the Alpine. Here we go. DRS open. ERS deployed. And it's Y Racer up into P3 with a pretty simple move down into turn 2, as long as he can get it stopped and a decent exit, which he doesn't, because you can see the back end there fighting against Y Racer. And here comes Acorn. He has the DRS now down the inside, and he's going to regain that podium position maybe, unless Y Racer go all the way around the outside. which I think well, definitely held it. Can he get in front going into the left-hander? He can. Very good move there for Y Racer. Showing why he was in the lead to begin with. On those fresher hards, only 6 up newer, so I don't know whether there'll actually be a major difference in performance, but now he needs to get within that 1 second of Ryan Berry, which he hasn't quite yet, but Ryan, as you can see that light flashing, is struggling with the ERS, so I reckon he'll be within that 1 second in no time with Lyo picking up his penalty, and also George as well. George has served his drive through, I'd imagine, from the gap. Mike with the fastest up, so recovering well from that spin, trying to catch back up to the pack. Is there maybe any moves going on further down the grid? Wow, that was Kev Ruski misjudging his braking a little bit there and nearly smashing into the back of Gareth. Luckily taking good avoiding action and missing him. So a little mistake there from Kev Ruski, but doing the best he can to not impact any other races. And as we see, the same thing happen to Newgarden. So the driver's struggling a little bit with braking in dirty air right now. Just trying to be maybe a little bit too optimistic on the old brake pedal. But look at this, Y Racer has got well within that 1 second gap. It's got under half a second, and with Ryan struggling for ERS, you imagine a move. It's not if, it's when. And I think that when is going to be pretty soon. Maybe into turn 1, although I don't advise that. Maybe turn 2 is the preferred move, or even turn 4 or turn 3, sorry. Depends what corners you count as corners. But here we go. Y Racer not burning, using the DRS though. He's going to go down the inside into turn 2. Can he get it stopped? He can. Will the rear end fight it like he did last lap? No, he gets a better run this time, and Ryan Berry doesn't even get the DRS, so perfect move there for Y Racer. Now it's time for him to hunt down Davo for that top spot. But Y Racer definitely looking the best of the bunch right now. What can Gareth do? Because he is also the other driver on the newer hard tyres, although he doesn't seem to be showing the ultimate pace that we've seen from him and maybe from other races. Although I would say it's not his pace that is winning those races, although his pace has been very good. It's been his consistency to just not make mistakes and not pick up penalties that has seen him win over half the races, or win half the races this season, and getting that lead in the constructors in the World Drive Championship. Although his title rather than minute, Davo is currently P1, although he does have at least one more stop to go. And I'm not sure if Gareth will be planning to pit again, or if he will be trying to take these hards all the way to the end. We have Newgarden and Lyo battling for P9. Lyo not deciding to go down the inside there. Is Ryan maybe shaping up Acorn in front of the two Alpines? No moves happening right now. That gap at the front has maybe come down by a tenth or two, I think. Or it's not, no saying about the same. I can't quite remember what the gap was, but Kev Ruski trying to recover from that mistake of misjudging his braking and close back into this DRS train from P2 all the way down to P7 now, and he's done that quite nicely actually. So he will be getting DRS from Gareth. The two behind, Nick and, well, the three behind even. Nick, Newgarden and Lyo in their own little train, and need to knuckle down and try and catch these front 8, or these front 7, sorry. But all quite calm right now in the front half of the grid, although further back there are potential moves. It's Newgarden looking, but the two Astons double teaming him. He's in an Aston sandwich right now. A great camera angle, you can see through the DRS slot as we actually have an Alpine battle, that all the battles happening at once. So we'll prioritise the battle further up the grid. There's maybe a little bit of contact there between Ryan and Acorn. No move being done just there. Lyo did get past Newgarden, just to let you all know. So that is the Red Bull demoted down to 10th. and the two Austins now in 8th and 9th, although that is 3 seconds to Kev Ruski ahead. And in fact, Y-Racer has broken DRS to Ryan Berry, although not anymore, it's come down. Does he have? Yeah, he does have DRS. But, yeah, DRS is being broken all over the place. The train is separating, the carriages are being detached. And that gap at the front is coming down ever so slightly as now we have an Aston Martin inter-team battle. It's Lio. I was late on the brakes, but he does get it stopped from Nick. But what can Lio do about that? I don't think he'll be able to do much, to be honest. He doesn't have the DRS, he's going to have to go for the outside line, which is definitely not the favourable one there. And it's Gareth and Ryan. I think Gareth was maybe looking for a move there, but it's not quite happening for him. Ruski now definitely involved in this. So Gareth and Kev on the newer tyres. Wow, look at that run. Using a bit of DRS. This is not where you want to be side by side. Oh, they managed to keep it side by side. Incredible racing and respect from these two to not have any contact, I don't think, as Davo pits. Our leader is in. But great racing there between Gareth and Kev, showing incredible racecraft as we have Ryan running a little bit wide there. That could compromise his run and maybe give Gareth a chance. Lio picking up another penalty. So, yeah, I think Gareth looking a little bit unsteady under the brakes there, and I think Kev followed him in going a little bit deep. But this Aston battle is still absolutely raging, and it's forming a little bit of a train behind. Davo only 6 seconds behind these lot after his pit stop. Oof, that was late there from Nick. That was an aggressive move. Not really what you want to be doing on your teammate at this stage with over half the race still to go. Oh no, Acorn has spun out in the middle sector. Wow, how's he ended up down there? You've got to imagine that's contact with another car. That is a VSC or a safety car. It's a VSC. This gives a perfect opportunity for for everyone to pit, surely. Gareth stays out, so does Kev. So these two staying out. Oh, that's a ballsy call. Surely the obvious decision was to pit, and now people have nice fresh mediums. This is not good for Davo. He's, I imagine, going to lose 2 or 3 positions here. As you can see them funneling out the pit lane there on the right hand side. Where's it going to be for the Mercedes man? It's going to be behind Ryan Berry. So that's unfortunate for Davo. He's been kind of screwed over there a little bit with that VSC. Let's have a look. We'll give it a lap just to let the times go back to what they should be. And then we'll have a look. What is the gap between Gareth and Ryan Berry on the new tyres? In fact, Y-Racer, he did pit just then, didn't he? I'm not going cuckoo. Yeah, Y-Racer has pit, but has gone back onto his old set of mediums, which I'm pretty sure are not going to make it to the end of the race. 6 lap old already. That is 26 laps he's got to do on a set of medium tyres, which, I mean, if he does it, fair play, but I am not 100% sure that is going to work for him. So maybe Ryan Berry is the first person that can actually go to the end, but he's got Davo all over his rear end, and Davo is not going to stick behind him for long. He has one opportunity and make that opportunity stick now. What can Ryan Berry, the man who's been struggling with ERS pretty much since the first lap, what can he do? He looks for the outside line to turn 2. He's got absolutely no battery, as flat as the Sahara Desert. I don't know if the Sahara Desert is flat, but I can't think of anything else to say, but that doesn't matter, because here comes Ryan Berry round the outside. I think he's going to get the move done before the braking zone. He is. So that is Ryan Berry up to P6, although Davo comes back down the inside. These two fighting like they're fighting for the race win, which they pretty much are right now. But it's Ryan Berry who holds position, although these two have both fallen victim to their battling, because now they are out of DRS to Y-Racer, and Y-Racer can focus on pushing on. So let's have a look. What is the gap to the leader? It's 14 seconds. which I'm pretty certain can definitely be made up. But here comes Davo again. Ryan Berry going to very defensive to the inside. Alpine Ryan setting the fastest lap of the race, and Y Racer getting a penalty. So it's all kicking off right now. So yeah, Alpine Ryan closing on these two. So if these two battle for much longer, Tavo nearly giving Ryan Berry an unpleasant surprise. But just about avoids him, so we're all good to carry on. But here comes Alpine Ryan. Can he get within a second? There we go. So now if he can maintain this gap, we'll have DRS come next lap, or the end of this lap even. Kev Rusky is on the back of Gareth as well for the race lead. And if them two can go to the end, that will be impressive. So we'll have a quick look at this battle at the front. Gareth getting a little bit out of shape. Davo picks up a penalty, so at the minute Ryan Berry is looking in very good nick. Here we go, down the inside for Kev Rusky. We're not getting the good camera angles still. Newgarden picking up a penalty too in P4. Ryan with another fastest lap, and that's going to be Kev Rusky up into the lead. But here comes Gareth with DRS to try to re-overtake. Kev not defending the inside, he's giving Ryan the inside, so he's preferring the outside. What can the Ferrari man do? Wow, fair play. Although Gareth gets the run, and they're going to be side by side. These two have been having great battles and showing great respect to one another all race. So very good. I think Gareth maybe made a little bit of a mistake there, because look at that now. That is a 1.2 second gap for Kev Rusky. And Y Race has made a mistake as well, I think, because Ryan Berry is right on his tail. And also Ryan is past Davo, so a lot has happened in the last lap that unfortunately I've missed a little bit of it, so apologies for that. But we only have one camera. Ryan Berry making a little bit of a mistake, but Alpine Ryan is not close enough to capitalise. But you know, this man is a fastest lap machine. That's like 3 fastest laps in a row now, but he does need to take these guys to the end. Wow, he's pushing there, you can see the car moving all over the place. But it's Ryan Berry who will be looking to make a move, get himself into the top 5 and overtake Y Racer. As we have Nick and Mike actually battling for P9. P9 has been a very hotly contested position so far this race. So Nick, who has the position at the minute, and Mike behind, looking to improve his position. The race, yellows, it's Newgarden. The other Red Bull has had a spin through the left-hander. Luckily has not collected the wall too hard by the looks of things, still has its front wing intact. So should be alright to carry on. So look, what is that gap? The leaders now, so that gap has come down by about 2 seconds. It's gonna, I think it's gonna have to come down quicker than that though if these lot want to catch front 3. We haven't really spoken about Lyle, he's just sitting there in P3 at the minute. He does have a couple of penalties, but at the minute he's looking good for a podium. There goes Ryan Berry down the inside. That was late on the brakes. Does he get it stopped? He does. So that is his position improved, and Ryan being opportunistic and sneaking through with him. So is Davo. So wow, this could be disastrous for the Red Bull of Y Race. That could be 3 positions lost in 2 corners. Wow, Davo late on the brakes and gets the move done. So that is Y Race going from 4th to 7th in 10 seconds. Wow, these lot showing no mercy to the Red Bull. Oh no, that's Ryan, Y Racer off. So that corner has claimed 2 Red Bulls in 2 laps. Struggles to get it back into gear to move again. Rejoining safely, so that's good to see. Oh, nearly losing the back. Oh, there goes Nick. The drivers are struggling right now. I'm not too sure what's going on, but there isn't a lot of grip out on track by the looks of things, and these drivers are struggling. So, yeah. Acorn picking up a penalty. He's in P10. So is Nick picking up a penalty as well. But this battle still raging for P4. Nick is spun again, unfortunately. Maybe you just need to take it careful for a few laps and regain composure for the Aston man. Not a lot of ERS going on in this train. Look at that. Looking like the illuminations in front with all the flashing lights. Kev Brisky has done a good job of capitalising on that Gareth mistake. Oh, wow. Ryan nearly losing the back end now. These drivers are struggling with these track conditions. I'm not too sure what's happened because not much has changed. Y-Racer picking up a penalty. What is that gap now at the front? It's still 11 seconds. It's not coming down quick enough. I'm pretty sure it is not coming down quick enough for these. They're going to have to hope that Kev, Gareth and Lyle's tyres do die towards the end to actually salvage their race. But here comes Davo on Ryan. Going to go down the inside into turn 2. Can he get the car stopped? He can. Can he get the clean exit he needs? Who's going to have DRS? It's going to have to be Davo with DRS, and that secures the move as he pulls away from Ryan. Ryan would have to lunge it now, and he's not going to. Sensible from the Alpine. Oh, makes a little bit of a mistake there in turn 3 and runs a tad wide. Nick's day is going from bad to worse. He speeds into the pit lane, maybe picking up damage from one of those spins. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a new front wing going on there. He's putting on those soft tyres, so maybe a fastest lap attempt coming from Nick. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. Kev Brisky really making the most of that Gareth mistake and pulled nearly a 2-second gap now. But it's this battle for P4 that's intriguing me. Lio picking up another penalty. That might be the podium gone for him. Let's have a look. How many penalties is that now? That's 9 seconds, so yeah. As it stands, that is the podium gone for Lio. That's pretty much been the story of his season so far. He's found himself in good positions, and then through sometimes his fault and sometimes through no fault of his own, he's ended up finishing most times outside the top 5. But here comes Davo with great top end speed, and down the inside Ryan Berry doesn't fight it too hard, so maybe he understands that he doesn't have the penalty. He can just sit and if Davo is quicker, let him pull him along to try and close up to those front two, Gareth and Kev. Kev's showing good pace right now, as actually Kev is in the pits. Kev Rusky is deciding that it is not possible to go 30 laps on the hards, and it's going to pit for what you'd assume would be a third soft. The yellow, the minion looking Ferrari pit crew out, and it is the soft tyres, the red wall compound going on. A good stop there for Ferrari. He's going to come out quite comfortably in P6 is the Ferrari, so he's got some work to do now to regain that lost time. So you would have thought, why didn't he pit under the VSC if he knew he was going to have to pit again? Maybe we can find that out in the chat after. But yeah, it's Gareth now who inherits the lead from Lio Blade, who's only 3 seconds behind, and then Davo, who's only 8 seconds behind actually, so about a second a lap he needs, which is definitely not happening at the minute. But Ryan Berry behind on the mediums, not looking to have the pace either, so they are going to have to rely on the hard tyres dying, or maybe a puncture or something to stop Gareth claiming his 4th win of the season. Well, the 4th one I've seen. I really do not know actually what happened in the first round, but I did miss that. But yeah, his 4th win of the season, which would be incredible from 6 rounds. So these two, Davo and Ryan, have gapped Alpine Ryan a little bit. He's not in DRS, not even close to DRS anymore. Y-Racer pitting. So, ooh, we have a minute. Ooh, wow! That was very close to some major contact between the Mercedes and the McLaren. It's going to be Ryan going to try to go all the way around the outside, and there's contact there. There is contact there. That looked like Davo went a little bit deep. Oh, in fact, we have a spin up. Oh, it's Nick. I thought it was live for a second then. Yeah, that looked like Davo. Maybe went a little bit deep into the left-hander and just kissed Ryan's side pod. I'm sure Ryan does want his side pod kissing right now. He wants to get past this Mercedes and focus on catching Garrett, because that gap is below 7 seconds now. So maybe I'm gonna keep the leader graph up for a little bit. Ryan is in. Ryan is in. So only 11 laps on the mediums. I thought you could do a lot more than that. Nick has spun again. Oh, safety car! Safety car. Nick is out, and that is a safety car. Wow, that is. I'm not sure who that actually helps, to be honest. I think Kev Rusky could be the big gainer here. If everyone does pit, I think he will filter to the front. I'm not sure how much time it takes to do a pit stop under the safety car. You've got to imagine Gareth Lyle and well, at least Gareth and Lyle will pit. Maybe David and Ryan will pit this off as well. I expect Mike to come in as well, and George. So let's have a look. What are these front not going to do? Gareth is in, Lyle in too. Davo is pitting, so is Ryan, so Kev Rusky could potentially filter to the front and we can have a final 4 or 5 lap shootout. What we should have had in Monza in the real F1 this weekend just gone, that we were denied. We're going to get in VSL F2, but who is going to lead the train? It's going to be Kev Rusky, so he's actually going to come out in the lead, although he will be on the oldest set of the soft tyres out of the lot of them. But you know, we will have DRS enabled before the end, so this could get interesting. Well, it's not could, this will get interesting. So make sure you stick around to see how these final 5 laps or so unfold, and who can claim victory in the Austrian mountains. So everybody on the softs right now, apart from George, but will George pit? I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't. He's not though, he is staying out on the hards. I'm pretty is this George driving or is this an AI? I don't know. No, this is George, that is George driving. But yeah, you can see the Aston Martin safety car, but Mylander getting his miles up. And yeah, we'll go around again, wait for everyone to close up, and then we will get racing. I reckon we should be going at the end of the next lap. Just all these, let's have a look at the penalties actually, because this does make the penalties very important. Lio, it's not looking good for him right now. That 9 seconds is gonna be costly come the end of the race. But Kev, Gareth and Ryan are looking in very good nick, because no penalties with a field that's bunched up just filters you towards the front so easily. But yeah, George, will he pit this time or will he stay out again? Going to stay out again, so he is convinced those hards. Maybe just wanting to make sure that he actually does catch up to the safety car before the end, before it pits, which could be this lap if he manages to catch quickly. He is pretty much on the same straight now, so I think he will catch. In fact, no, I think we will be going around again. So it's going to be, come the end of next lap, it will be a 4-lap shootout. So that is what we will be left with, 4 laps to decide the Austrian GP. Yep, the safety car has stayed out. Surely, I mean, why doesn't George just pit? Surely pit George. It's not pitting. I do not understand. It is a free pit stop to get some nice new softs, unless he doesn't have a fresh set of softs left, which could be a possibility. But yeah, at the end of this lap, we should be back to green flag and racing again. So at the minute, it's all about getting the temperature in your tyres and making sure you have fully RS. Even you know there's something wrong. And Ryan Berry has fully RS. I don't think he's seen double digits since the opening lap, so seeing triple digits, wow, he's going to be over the moon. So yeah, everyone caught up. It will be in a you don't want to be getting that close to the safety car, Kev, getting in a needless. I'm not sure what happens if you get the safety car. It might be disqualification. Get the safety car in this lap. So it's now Kev's job to back everyone up and get ready to go racing again. You know, the opportunistic Gareth will be looking to capitalise on a potential race win and to extend his lead over Davo in the championship. And Davo will be looking to maybe interfere with Gareth's race. He does have that penalty, so the win probably off the cards for everyone that does have a penalty. But anyway, safety car peeling off there to the right hand side. It's going to be Kev who goes very early, although I think it has worked him because he's got half a second gap to Gareth behind, and yeah, it's worked. Davo close to Lyo, not going to go for a move. No, he's not. He's going to keep position. Through turn one, Lyo. A few warnings there, I reckon, for people through turn one. They don't want to be doing that at this late stage in the race. No real moves going on. It is hard to overtake that DRS. Wow! Oh, is he going to stop? Wow! Y-Racer just about stops and Mike going off track there and getting a penalty, but keeping the position. Was it worth it? Probably not. But we enjoyed it. Keeping the position now. Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, can Y-Racer got all them on the outside. What a move if he pulls this off. I think to move it too far behind. He's going to have to back out with that yet. Well, Y-Racer is showing pace. He did have the pace early on, but has just found himself getting a little bit unlucky and yeah, causing his own problems a little bit, and has found himself down in P8 come the end of this race. And now look at that, causing more problems for himself, spinning down to P10. George has also had an incident. He's 6 seconds behind. Gareth setting the fastest lap, and Dave and Davo getting past Lyo and up into the podium positions, and Lyo now coming under pressure from Ryan Berry. Ooh, a little bit of contact there on the straight. Surely Lyo backs out. I thought he was going to go at the inside there. Davo already down to 25% ERS. So he's burning, but could he actually get Davo here? I think he's going to. Down the inside, because the McLaren, they touched, and Ryan Berry, who's had good pace all race and has managed to not pick up a penalty, has had contact there with the Mercedes and finds himself all the way down in P10, and his hard work has been ruined. So it's Kev who leads by only 4 tenths, and it's Gareth, only 2 laps left. What can he do? I think we'll get DRS this time. They've actually got Lyo out of DRS, so it's just these 3 now fighting. Gareth opens DRS, got 50% battery, that's 30% more than Kev. So he's in a good place to challenge for the lead. Oh, nearly hitting the back of the Ferrari. Manages to avoid him though. That allows David to catch back up. Although, wow, what a exit for Gareth. Can he go round the outside? He's going to try it. And he backs out. Makes Kev go deep. Going to go for the switchback. And he's got the move done. What a move. That was very impressive. Maybe Kev's soft and not in the best condition right now. So this is Gareth's chance to pull away and claim his fourth win of the season even. Kev has 30% hours to play with. Gareth is burning. Maybe save a little bit, Gareth, for the final lap when you're going to come under pressure with that DRS. Wow, look at that pace from Davo through the final 2 corners. Pushing Kev. He's going to go for the move now. He's going to get the move done. This is exactly what Gareth wanted. These two battling. This allows him to pull away. Side by side into turn 1. Davo gets the move. 9/10 though, a second to Gareth. This is done. Gareth has played this absolutely perfectly and he's going to get the win. But now it's about deciding the other positions. Davo goes deep, runs wide. There's battling all over the place. Cars off the track. Oh, everything kicking off in this little sprint we have. But once again, the man at the moment who always seems to just find himself in the lead come the last lap, whether he's been there at all in the race previously, he's always there on the last lap. It's Gareth who's going to come home to win the Austrian Grand Prix unless something major happens in these final 2 corners, which I don't think it is. It's going to be Gareth. In fact, Ryan Berry spun. His race goes from looking so promising to falling behind, but forget that, it's Gareth who crosses the line to win the Austrian Grand Prix, claim his 4th win of the season. This man is just ungodly consistent and just finds himself in the right place at the wrong time, right place at the right time. It's going to be Kev Ruski, who had good pace in P2, Davo rounding off the podium in P3, and then it's Ryan and Acorn, the Alpine duo, rounding out the top 5, and it's Mike Newgard and Lyo, Ryan Berry and Y Racer, who gets the fastest lap in P10, and then George, who had a pretty disastrous race and was there at the back from lap 1, who still gets a few points in P11, and it's Ryan who's getting the driver of the day from the game. But I think you've got to look at Gareth, who I don't think led a single lap apart from the last one, so that's very good from him. What a race. So yeah, there's your finishing order again. Only 2 DNS were Nick and N89. N89 having that massive crash that we didn't really see. We only saw the end of it. But yeah, that is your lot for VSL F2. Gareth extending his lead in the championship with his 4th win of the season. Yeah, join us same place, same time next week when we'll move on to round 7. I'm not actually sure what track it is. I'll have to check. But yeah, join us then, and thank you all for watching.